morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is Friday morning in San Francisco, live from Humble headquarters. I am Whitney from Humble Bundle, and I'm going to be playing a game called Purrfect Date today, which is available right now in the Humble Hot Date Bundle. Before we get started playing that positively awesome cat game, I'm going to show you around humble.com and everything that we have available right now over on our website. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the music. I've got Hamble here with me with his broken sunglasses, but I'm making him work. I'm like attaching them to him. Hi, Jake. Good morning. Hi, Yassine. How you guys doing there? Head over to humble.com to check out everything that we have available. We have a lot of bundles live right now. The Humble Hot Date bundle, which is what I was talking about. We're going to be playing Purrfect Date from there because honestly, there's not a lot of games in this bundle that we can stream. So, but Purrfect Date is appropriate for us to stream. So we are going to be playing that. Hi, Derp. How are you doing? Are you in San Francisco yet? Are you still at SoCal? We have the Curve Digital Bundle. This is ending relatively soon. Last week we played For the King from the Humble Curve Digital Bundle. So this will end next Tuesday. So if you want to get that bundle, I would say hurry up because there's only 4 days left. Other bundles that we have live right now, we have Coder's Bookshelf. If you're looking for any kind of programming books, this bundle is filled with all kinds of coding books and knowledge from No Starch. The Humble Book Bundle Web Programming by O'Reilly. The Transformers comics, which launched on Wednesday. So just 2 days ago, we did Transformers 2019. Lots of new comics in this bundle today. As a flight delayed by a bit. I'm sure it's delayed. Flights to San Francisco because of fog. Debug Your Life is also available. And then the Mixed Learn a New Language bundle has tutorials, like in it, like it's not software, but you can program language learning tutorials. I don't know how you would say it, but also books. So it's a mixed bundle to help you learn languages. There's like pocket guides and country guides, and then subscriptions to language learning programs. I guess that's the best way to say it. What's my favorite all-time gaming bundle released on Humble Bundle? Oh my goodness. That's a hard one. Probably like one of the Nindy bundles before I started. Me, how do you call a racing Kurt game with an Italian plum meow? Miario cat. Lots of cat puns in there. I want to see all your cat puns today while I am playing. Also, don't forget, Humble Monthly is available until next Friday. So there's 1 week left to grab the April Humble Monthly bundle. The full bundle will unlock next Friday. So it's the first Friday of the month. So 1 more week, Friday, April 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is no longer going to be available. So subscribe now to get Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden, Northgard, Absolver Downfall, and Minute, which we just revealed, I think last week. Again, more games to come. And we got, we'll be streaming Humble Monthly next Friday. Also, check out the Humble Trove. If you're a monthly subscriber, you get access to the Humble Trove. Over 60 titles in our Trove library. I'm pretty sure we're well over that 60. But look at how many games you get as a Humble Monthly subscriber in the Trove. These are DRM free. You download them. Those are yours. And as a monthly subscriber, you also get 10% off your Humble Store purchases. Yoshi's Crafted World just came out, so we have that available. Tropico 6 is out now. We got the WB Game Sale is available. Bethesda's having a sale right now. You can get Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and if you're a monthly subscriber, 10% off if you want to go die that 5,000 times. Like me. That is what I've been doing. I've been dying a lot. Hello, Terminator. First 2K bundle, Indie Bundle 5, Indie Bundle 8, Geek Cooking. Oh, you're not late, Killdeer. You can skip that part. All cat puns, that would be catastrophic for the server. Dying so much in Sekiro. Yes. Same. I beat a boss last night, but I needed it. I had to look up for a tip because I just can't anymore. Sometimes I need some help. I need a little tip, a little tip in the right direction. Let's jump into Purrfect Date. Are there difficult? One mode. There's no difficulty levels in Sekiro. But there is a really great guy at the main place that you go to that you can go practice on him, so you can practice your techniques on him without dying. So that is helpful because when you learn new move sets, because you can go practice on him. So that's nice. What kind of sports car does a cat drive? A Ferrari. Florian, is your beard green? Your icon is so tiny, but it looks like you have a green beard. Purrfect Date, guys. And I am going to be playing as Wibney because last time I played Dream Daddy and it's a lot of text, it killed my voice. I'll turn the music down just a tad. Hi, Adrian. Good to see you. Purrfect Date is a cat dating sim. And before you get weirded out, it's not that kind of game. But I don't want to spoil it, so we're not gonna... That might be a little bit better. That should be good. Sekiro would make Meow feel powerless too. It's green. I've enjoyed St. Purrfect Date. Nice. Florian, my hair used to be green for the past 2 years. Not this year, but past 2 St. Patrick's Day. So this is the first year that I had to wear green because I couldn't just use my green hair as an excuse. All right, so we're gonna play Purrfect Date. Guys, this game is really cute. There's Wibney, but we're gonna do a new game so we can start at the beginning. We could do Hamble, but I really just want to do me, so I don't feel like I have to voice act my character, because my character talks. Yeah, Master Lee. For sure. Keep an eye out. I mean, be subscribed to those emails in our Twitter, and you can definitely see if we're going to be doing that soon. All right, let's go. That's me, Wibney. Oh my goodness, I had a lab coat, and I told myself I was going to wear it today, and I didn't. I forgot. I was going to wear a lab coat because they have a lab. Yay, good. Cat games always worth checking out. This is funny. I'm a devil and I reject. I kind of want to click that, but I should have clicked it. Just happened. Lots of talking today, guys, so get ready. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach! Make yourself ready! I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off of baked beans. Side note, baked beans are disgusting. I don't care what you have to say. Only angels, says Derp Angel. Love the Humble shirts. Can we buy them? These are shirts that we got for a Christmas present, so unfortunately they are not available to customers. These hoodies are your 1-year hoodie when you work at the company for a year. But we do know people really want some merch, so we've looked into it, and we will continue to look into it for the future. We know there are some people out there that want to buy Hamble, want to buy a t-shirt, so we don't have anything available right now, Master Lee, but hopefully in the future. Baked beans are gross. Really didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted. to being part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Yet here it is, the little black dot in the distance growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage around in my bag until I find the papers. The DPRI, the DP Corporation. Dear Wibbity, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of Research Assistant to Professor Popper at our research facility on Cat Island. Your position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Hans, DPG. Yes! We did do that. That was for Pi Day, March 14th. No mistake. That's my name right there in the top left-hand corner, Wibbity. And there's his name at the bottom, the genius behind the whole operation, Professor Popper, science genius, and my new boss. I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. Hi, Paolo, how are you doing? As we get closer, we're not slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty through an opening in the rocks. I blow out the breath I've been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper! Look how cute I am. I'm so happy. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely, "Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need." Thank you. I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up to the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He is greeted by a bulky man in a uniform who I take to be a security officer of some kind. Joe, and his name's Zane Jones. His hair, he's got lots of gray hair. "Sir, caught you a mouse." And then he laughs loudly, as though he said the funniest thing he's ever heard. Very disconcerting. The security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. "Let's be having you then." He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat, but as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so I almost fall over the side. What a great start. ID card? Oh, I see, of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Cat Island Security, with me. It is January 1st, 2017. What a great way to start the year. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. "This way." I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush, and green. I'm already under its spell. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are 2 more solid-looking structures, one larger, one smaller. I presume these are the labs. The whole camp is moderate, but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. Yep, Cat Island. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. I try not to get paranoid. Sounds like me. Anxiety! Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known at first. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out. Come. I walk in, and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Popper. Look at that little gap tooth. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Cat Island sounds meow-stick, and with meow looks perfect. What sauce does the cat put onto a hot dog? Moustard. Stop watching Tom and Jerry. Cats eat hot dogs? These are good cat puns. Florian is winning with the cat puns, guys. I heard there's good cat puns in this game. Yes, yes, you must be Whitney. Come in, my dear. I'm glad to have you on board. Good journey? He's got a terrible accent. I don't know what it is. Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshment. Water, coffee, something stronger perhaps? Whiskey? Let's say it would be rude. Well, if you're having one, it would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Surely good, I can tell you and I are going to get along famously. He takes a swig from the bottle and passes it to me. I try not to show my self-consciousness and surreptitiously wipe the neck with my sleeve before taking a modest sip. It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works, so for today I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals. Oh? I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yes, that's about it. And the lady outside? Oh, Mrs. Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Whitney, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Thanks, DJ Matrix. They're not great. I'm trying, though. And I always end up forgetting who is who, but I'm gonna drink a lot of the water going. Thank you, sir. I hope so. Okay, so first things first. This is your basic kit. He begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful. As well, your own water bottle. Some disinfectant hand spray. These are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from felines we don't know now, do we? That's why Terminator, and that I'm not playing as Hamble, because then I would have to, like, have Hamble's voice, which no one knows what it sounds like. I'm playing as myself as Whitney, so that I can just talk basically while I'm reading. I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on field trips. This lot here, he indicates a small pile of what looks like laundry. Hamble's actually a girl. So, I've called Hamble a boy for years and have been wrong for years, because Hamble is a girl, so that's a thing. His basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscopes, etc., etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments. Finally, and without doubt, most importantly, this! He holds something up that looks a lot like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one. Hi, Claudio. Happy Friday. Hope you brought your cat puns, Claudio. We're playing a cat game. Hamble does have lore. It was discovered. Now I'm just trying to refer to Hamble as like a genderless they. This is your catalog. Catalog? Yes, the name comes from its earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cat, scan them, and log the details. But as you see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips into the back of Cat's neck so we can keep track of them. If it's Cat Pun Day, you can call me Claudio. Perfect. Hi, Windrow. It's a very valuable piece of equipment, Whitney, and I need you protected above all else. Do you understand? I feel like that's his voice. Sometimes it takes me a minute to like get into the character's voice. And it changes a bit at the beginning, but I think that's what we're going with. He's looking at me directly in the eye and clearly expects to respond. Yes, sir, of course, I will look after it. Hey, Wilk. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for saying hi. God, you'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can find a few friends to introduce you to so that we can try it out. He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. Disco Cat is my favorite so far of the loading screen. We're gonna meet some cats now, guys. We head down the beach. Oh, this is just me talking. We head down the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is, in itself, quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there is a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter. You mean literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. Forgive my lack of intelligence on this subject, but, we're here. The professor lets out a disconcerting loud laugh. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, there is of course one small break in this invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you need to know is that basically, this island is shaped like a peanut. He has picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the sand. This, our end of the island, is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to us. We've encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. Hello, Mom? All right, Derp. I'll see you tomorrow. Florian says, I literally have to go now. I thought my boss is kidding me, but he doesn't feeling fine. When I stray here watching Meowvies. I hope it is possible to re-enter the live video, but I think the probability isn't too likely. So I have to be a work cataholic and need to say goodbye, pals. Florian, you can re-enter the live video. All you have to do is like go to facebook.com/humblebundle and it should be like pretty big. You can always also check out the VOD later, but thank you so much for hanging around and giving me amazing cat puns. You and your green beard have a fantastic rest of your day and a great weekend. Oh, Terminator's gotta go as well. Ooh, yum. Chinese food for lunch. Bye, Claudio. Have a great day. My Brexit accent. Yeah, Claudio, my accent's like a mixture of like 5,000 different things. And very, very nasally. What type of difficulties, Professor? We also stream every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so you can always check us out live around then. Not today, Bleach. Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least. And at the worst, fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Hi, Zexor, how you doing? Gosh, that is serious. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go on into that now, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone with good reason. I must ask you to not put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. You're first to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. I stream and I work at Humble Bundle. So I stream every Friday, Zexor. And behind me is Humble headquarters kitchen. Their kitchen right behind me. I'm in our game room. and like our lovely fellows closer to home. He has led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out your catalog now, Whitney? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat who was sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. The cat's let out a displeased mewl, but doesn't struggle. Its large body, billowing with long orange fur, just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in lazy resignation. Look at this cat. He is beautiful. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I found the on switch and somewhat timidly activate it. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app labeled Cat Scan, and it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implemented in the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to make a parting and press the catalog to his skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. That should do it. And he plops the Marmalade Tom back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Wow. His name is Floofy Butt. Floofy Butt. Gender male. 10 years old and 10 years and 4 months old. Red tabby Persian with red eyes. Amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Floofy Butt here, but it looks like you have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Whitney. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? Us five spend a lot of time together. You're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're going to get on great. We don't have any free games available right now, Samu X. Floofy Butt! Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with beautiful calico markings. It comes toward me, already purring. Ow, this is Trixie. Trixie is a female cat, 3 years, 8 months, calico American Shorthair with green eyes. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention, allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Snooty Bootie. We got Floofy Butt and Snooty Bootie. Female, 11 years, 1 month, so she's kind of old. She's a Sphinx with blue eyes. The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, it's Kirby. My roommate's cat. This is McMurphy. McMurphy is a male, 6 years old. Oh my god, it is Kirby. Brown crossbreed with green eyes. Kirby doesn't look like that though. He's black and white. And finally, the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been skulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously as though he could pounce at any moment. Hi, Ellison. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. That's Kibbles. Kibbles is a male, 3 years old, white British long hair with green eyes. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I am suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. Just go cat. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. Hi Terrence, how you doing? My eyelids close, thinking of cats and the island and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream. Happening. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. Too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling and then a strange electronic noise, one that in my sleepy confusion I can't place right away. Boop, boop. The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around and my fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can, barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest in the dark night. I must be crazy. The words of Professor Popper are ringing in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop, feeling my heartbeat heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. I can just make out the shapes of the large animals in front of me before my eyes close, and I drop to my knees. I open my eyes. The calico I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. I don't know what that said. I pass out. Uh-oh. Hello? Can you hear me? Are you okay? Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human.
Oh, yeah, look. Smell it now. It smells like a human.
Oh, do be quiet.
Are they alive? Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving?
Would you come on and give them some space?
Move back a bit.
Yeah, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective? Oh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. The cats watch me intently. I'm going insane. Oh, my head. What is everyone chattering about?
They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human, are you alright?
You! I remember you took my catalog.
Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's in your pocket now.
I try to reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds. Oh, ow, what's wrong with my hands? I try to stand. Ow, my feet, what happened to me?
Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing. I told you I wasn't ready for that.
What's that? Ready for what?
Its anatomical structure is far too delicate.
I tried to slow it down. Yeah, Floof. You try restraining a human who's that determined. It was like a margate. Its anatomical structure didn't seem that delicate to me. I was like a what? Doing what? Hey Knoxville, how you doing? You made your own way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain. I show my bleeding hands. You crawled, Kara. Kara? Who's Kara? That's not my name. It's a term of endearment.
It's a term of endearment.
It's an Irish thing. Oh, great. So this guy's Irish, so now he's gotta have an Irish accent, which I can't do. It's inappropriate. Wait, crawled? I don't even know how to do an Irish accent. You sure did. Does that Irish?
Like a cat?
all the way from the mountains. Like a blatant mountain lion. Impressive. But why?
Because you got the sickness. Shh. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk.
Talk? Yes, that's right. Since when can cats talk?
Oh, for goodness sake, since the dawn of time. How else do you think we communicate?
Oh, stop splitting whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Kara, is that you can understand us. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain to me what the heck is going on here?
Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves. At least, not all the details of how this works.
I think being stood in a forest surrounded by a bunch of talking cats is about as much detail as anybody would want.
It could be, and more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us.
You're all the scientists, after all. What do you know about that? What do you know? What we do know is that this clock has started ticking for you. What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara.
You'll be catified.
I'll be what?
Whether you help or not, you don't have a lot of time before.
If I may, it would seem we are basing this on our experiences to date, that when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that they previously were not. That is to say,
you're screwed.
You're not helping. Don't make me... Oh, mountain lion. I mean, no violence of any kind. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here.
The vulnerability to which Snooty Bootie was referring, simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin a process of change that ultimately will result in a full feline transition.
So, basically, you're telling me I'm a werecat? I look down, and amongst the scratches on my right hand are two distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist.
Basically.
Yes. My head is spinning. This is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Kara. You're not looking so good. What? Have I started to change? I feel for my head. I feel my head for ears, fur. Everything seems to be normal. New. I just meant you're looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. I cannot do an Irish accent. Just goes back to British, which is the bad British accent in that. I take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself, enough to say, okay, so why, how? John says, I want to go to the danger zone. I want to be a cat. Oh, give me some data. What have you got so far?
Look, we'll answer anything we can, but the truth is we have more questions than answers ourselves.
No, that's the problem, Terrence, is that McMurphy is apparently an Irish cat, and I could not do an Irish accent. So it's just coming off real bad British. So you said you need my help. What exactly would that entail?
Well, finding our friends would be a start. The cats on this island, they're going missing. We don't know what's happening to them, but their body count is rising and we've hit a wall.
A wall of ignorance, maybe. Really? How many times do I have to tell you?
The Muellers are to blame.
Muellers? Ah, Fluffy Buff, there's no need for name-calling.
Speaking of name-calling, I'll remind you to call me Major, madam.
Look, they can't help the way they are. It's a lack of breeding, you know.
Overbreeding, if you ask me.
Again, Muellers?
They're the elder cats, the island originals. They can't speak the way we can, hence the derogatory name, Muellers.
term. And how are they to blame exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. It's already proving to be a roaring success after all. Look, Kara, all we really need to know is that you're no longer safe from this island. Can't do it. Floopy Butt is actually Cartman. Basically Cartman. The others who live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why, it's just always been that way, and now, because cats are being taken, nowhere else is safe either. You expect the occasional mishap. We live in an undomesticated world here, after all. Lately, cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last human we catified went missing. I'm sorry, what? Let's not open old wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards. Well, first things first, this werecat thing? Thanks, Knoxville. I'm trying my best. It's not great. And having a conversation with 6 different voices right now is so hard. I'll probably be better when it's one-on-one. Catification. Transition. Ever. How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat. Yeah. Gradual process. It's different for everyone, but you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. First side effect of the transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us. Not the elders, obviously. Not all the domestics, either. Then you have the whole heightened senses thing. Increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff. Let's not worry the human with all the details just yet. I assume there is an antidote. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, you said there was someone else who you'd put in this position. Well, let's hope you're a better bet than they were. Unfortunately, they weren't able to discover an antidote. We'll get our friends back. I know where their notes are, though. Really? Trade. Huh? Help us? And I give you the report. What do you say, Kara? Will you help us? Help the kitties or do not help the kitties? I feel like we have to help the kitties. They're losing their friends. That's sad. We have to help the kitties. How much of a choice really is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. Where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me that will help me keep track of your missing friends? Will help me track down your missing friends? Well, no one place into sense. Start with the Muellers. My hat if it doesn't end there too. Don't mind him. He's set in his ways. Oh. Don't mind him. He's set in his ways. I have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yes, nowhere near the danger zone of the elders. Well, that doesn't make much sense. But I suppose nothing does around this place. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm! I have to go to work. Run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicion with your people. You can meet with us later. I'll make sure those reports are in your tent. Thanks, Kara. You're 1 in a million. My accents are terrible. That's okay, Noxyville. Your accent, your English is great. I can understand it. You don't like cats that much? Are you more of a dog person? I like both. I really love dogs, but I also love cats. I had both growing up. I imagine the odds are far greater than that, given your health status. Oh, and thanks from all of us. Oh, God. There's a lot of voices to change through, and they were bad. After a rather painful journey, I am very grateful to finally limp into camp. I just have enough time to get myself tidied up before work, and I'm able to feel off my filthy pajamas when I hear my catalog beeping. I have a message, but I can't tell who it's from. It's not from any of the contacts that Professor Pop programmed into it. In fact, there's no contact information at all. It's too bad there's not a Kirby cat in this. There might be, Joe. I mean, we've only met some of the cats, so hopefully there'll be a Kirby-looking cat in here. Messages. Unknown number. Are you sure it is wise to trust everyone? Anyone? What on earth does that mean? Who is this? There's a lot you don't know. Think carefully about who you confide in. Before I can think of a reply, the messages are gone and my catalog has no record of them. I don't have any time to think about this right now. I need to get ready. As soon as I'm presentable, I head over to the lab. I'm 10 minutes late. It doesn't give it a good impression on my first morning. Ah, Whitney, good to see you. I don't even remember what his voice was. Let's see. Ah, Whitney, good to see you. I was beginning to worry. Did you ever sleep on your first day? Now he's like Australian or something. I'm terribly sorry, sir. I think the traveling and all the excitement of yesterday. I take punctuality very seriously. He cuts across my apologies. Not to worry, it's perfectly understandable. It's ruined. It's ruined. You find I'm quite relaxed about most things, as long as you get the work done. I don't mind what hours you keep. Thank you, sir. Now, shall we get started? My goodness, what done happened to you? He's looking at the scratches all over my hands. Oh, I fell and tried to save myself by grabbing onto a bush. I'm afraid I led you astray last night. Not everyone can take a double malt. How's the head this morning? I decided it's easier to play along. A little bit fuzzy, but it won't affect my work, sir. I really ought to drink spirits on an empty stomach. We ought to get those hands sorted out, though. They look pretty nasty to me. He goes to the tall metal cabinet in the corner and takes out a bottle and some cotton wool. He begins clearing and tending to my hands while he talks. For today, I'd like you to help me with a few tasks on the lab to get the hang of things. There it is, that's his voice. From tomorrow, I'll let you make your own choices about how to best carve up your time. Of course, I'm primarily here to carry out your job as my research assistant. However, try to make yourself the most time on the island. Once your work is completed, we'll be saying goodbye. This really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't waste it all in the lab. Naturally, I'll need your little help around here, but I'd also like you to get your hands dirty with some field work. Make sure you spend time exploring the island. It's a beautiful place and there's a lot to see. Take the time to get to know the cats. A full understanding of their behavior is crucial to your research. There's plenty to see and do, however, you must be careful not to overwork. Take regular rest and relaxation. We don't want you to burn yourself out now, do we? I'll try to get the balance right. Master Spirit, there you are. He's done a first-class job on my wounds, and they aren't bothering me nearly as much. I spend the rest of the day with the professor getting to know the various pieces of equipment in the lab work, finding out where everything is, and learning some of the basic duties I will be performing routinely. By the end of the day, I am exhausted. I make my way to my tent. I'm about to flop down on my bed when I see a package poking out from underneath it. Now, this is a very dirty tent. It's the report that Kibbles promised to deliver. The cats were right. The previous person barely made a start on producing an antidote. I'm gutted and worried. What if I can't do any better? Will I just turn into a cat? I decide that's not an option and resolve to get going on my own research into it tomorrow. My instincts tell me that the cats will be a good starting point. I have a feeling they know a lot more than they're preparing to tell me. I need to gain their trust and see if I can't get them to open up a bit. I'm sure I'll make more progress if I focus on one at a time. I'm optimistic that one-to-one sharing will prove fruitful. A small glimmer of hope. Tonight, I'm not fit for anything. I can barely even write in my journal before I fall asleep. The first morning of waking up on the island. I'm so excited to discover what the day will bring. Should I jump straight into lab research? Or maybe it would be wise to start investigating in a way to help the cats, and maybe find a cure for myself. Perhaps a good starting point would be to get to know the cats a little better on a one-on-one basis. What should I do today? Okay, so we can romance, research, or recon. I don't know what recon means, but maybe research? There's 5, 12, and 16. Go with 5, because round it. Oh, here we go. We can round up rowdy kitties. Organize a few samples from previous field trips. Let's round up rowdy kitties. Get some cat collection going. It's a sunny afternoon. Most of the cats are lazing on the beach. Perfect, like shooting fish in a barrel. I double-check my supply list. Crate, treats, sedatives, snare, catnip, antiseptic cream for myself. I've got everything. I have a sick feeling in my tummy, but I ignore it as best I can. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm pleased the professor is testing me with more physical tasks. I walk out onto the beach feeling like the child catcher. I keep reminding myself that I'm doing— what is a child catcher? What is this reference? I keep reminding myself that I'm doing this for the greater good, even if it makes me unpopular with the cats. Oh, I didn't mean to make something unpopular with cats. I set up the crate in an unsuspecting location and keep the snare hidden behind my back. At first, I stroll around, trying to look as casual as possible, whistling a tune as I walk. I get close to one of the smaller cats. I start to stroke her. I want this to be as painless as possible. The cat responds well to me. She even starts to purr gently. You gonna come with me? The cat looks at me with big, wide, loving eyes. Come on, then. I pick up the cat, carrying her to the crate, and place her gently inside. I lock it shut, even though the cat makes no attempt to escape. Well, I'm better than expected. This may be a good day after all. Emboldened by my success, I approach one of the slightly larger cats. Hey, matey, shall we get in the back seat? Back seat. Should we get in the basket? I give him a little stroke. He doesn't respond badly, although he doesn't seem particularly interested either. I put my hands on either side of his body, ready to pick him up. This is not gonna go well. He doesn't look happy about it and growls a warning at me. Hey, mister, it's gonna be okay. We're just going on a little trip, alright? As soon as I start to lift, all hell breaks loose. Yowling and hissing, he scratches my arms to ribbons. I try to get him in the basket, but he stretches out and I can't fit him in. Oh, ow, no. I know when I'm defeated and I have to let him go. He scarpers off into the distance. I look down at my ravaged arms. Note to self, wear long sleeves when on caging duty. Well, that did not go well. Got one kitty. Let's see what recon is. There's a security guard in that might be a good lead. Let's go talk to the security guard. I've been staring at the beach. I've been staring at the back of his head for a long time now. Too long, I'm starting to feel creepy. Just don't understand it. All he does is sit in that chair by the dock, eating egg sandwiches and doing crossword puzzles. How does a man like that become the security guard for a place like this? As far as I can tell, his job consists of greeting the boat to make sure nothing unauthorized gets on or off of it, picking up supplies, and occasionally taking a long, lazy lap of the island to make sure everything's secure. I wonder what he knows about it. I wonder what he knows about the research that goes on here, if anything. He doesn't seem to be interested regardless. I decided it's time to get to know this island bouncer and go to join him at the dock. I sit next to Zane. Me on the sand, him in that chair. He's not wearing his big coat, and the short-sleeved shirt allows me to notice for the first time how surprisingly muscular he is. Okay. I truly never thought of him as a security in the bodyguard sense, but now squinting at him sideways— oops, I finished. Skipped. I pluck up the courage to talk. Hey Zane, how are you? Are you trying to start a conversation? He says this without looking up from his crossword puzzle. Oh, I suppose I am. Yes, I don't get to chat to humans much in my job. Research Assistant 125. He rolls the words out like he's reading them. Oh, yes, I guess that's me. So what does that number stand for anyhow? You don't know? He asked monotonously. Eyes still glued to his crossword puzzle. No, actually, to be honest, Zane, I don't know much at all. There's a definite lack of intel sharing on this project. Which project would that be? This one? The whole research project that's going on here? Is there more than one? Depends on who you ask. You, I was just asking you, really? I don't understand your job. I don't need to. I don't care about things. I don't need to. Do you care about? Zane looks at me for the first time. Really want to talk, don't you? Well, there's not much else to do here. Besides, I'm interested in it all, aren't you? My interests consist of what's for dinner and when my next puzzle book's coming. When it's coming? Get it delivered? Comes with mail. He's back to not looking at me again. The mail? You mean the parcels? The letters. Yeah. The letters? Who would go to the trouble of sending mail all the way out here when we have email? I laugh, but Zane looks very serious. Safe for sending mail the old-fashioned way. Email, there's viruses, hackers, worms, cyber terrorists. I get the feeling he's not very tech-savvy. Yeah, but anyone can open and read a letter, right? Not if I'm around. And besides, who would suspect that something important would be in a fragrant envelope? There's an awkward silence. Of course, being my usual socially inept self, I'm desperate to fill it. Need any help with that crossword? I'm pretty good. I can even do the cryptic puzzle in the Daily Inquirer. This line usually gains me a little kudos, but Zane simply ignores me. I decide to just come out and say what's on my mind. I mean, I can't make things more awkward than they already are. Zane, have you ever noticed anything strange going on here? Cats behaving weirdly? Zane suddenly looks up, his eyes locking straight on me, unwavering and hard. No. Have you? Well, not exactly, but he's looking at me properly for the first time since we met. I have definitely captured his attention, but I am too nervous to follow through. I'm just being silly. The lack of human company can get to me. Gives me daft ideas. Such as... He's still staring at me as though he's trying to read my mind. Sometimes when I'm out tagging, I feel like they're playing games on me. Like children, hide and seek, that kind of thing. Some of those cats may be cleverer than any of us give them credit for. Now it's my turn to be intrigued. In what way? They know when to stay out of the fun. You're going to think. The moment, if there ever was one, is over. I decide maybe Zaina isn't the best person to talk to about my concerns. Feeling unwanted and slightly dejected, I head back to camp. I stand up and brush the sand off me. What's a 5-letter word for solitude? Alone. Zane silently scribbles in his leave. The first day is not going well, guys. Should we do more research or romance? Well, I clicked romance. Let's see. We can go romance McMurphy or Snooty Bootie. Which cat should I date? Good lord. Or we could go do some more research. Organize samples. I feel like doing that. Guess we can do like 4 things a day. Today I'm in the lab doing floral research. It's not the most exciting job, but if I keep my head down, I can get through it quickly enough. It really just consists of unpacking the new samples of plants and flowers that the professor and I have collected on our foraging expeditions and logging them into the database of organic substances on the computer. Most of them are commonplace plants that grow abundantly in the forest, but occasionally we come across something more rare. exotic even. One of the samples I'm looking at today is Calendula incata maritima, which is very interesting indeed. I can't help speculating that it's been cultivated in a marigold's little greenhouse and then transplanted to open ground. I'm distracted momentarily by the sound of a clinking glass, and I turn to see the beautifully manicured paw of a sphinx cat tapping on a beaker, nudging it perilously close to the edge of the counter. Boots! Stop that! You're not supposed to be in here! She laughs as though I told a joke. It's a frightfully pretty flower. Calendula incata maritima, if I'm not mistaken. You never cease to amaze me. Boots, how on earth did you know that? Why, I make it my business to know all about rare and valuable works of art. Art? Why not? It has been created like a sculpture or a painting. The marigolds are true artists in the garden. I wondered if they had something to do with this. It's so unusual even if it's natural swampy habitat, but to have it growing here in the forest is very out of the ordinary. Yes, its properties are extraordinary too, human. Well, I'm quite new to botanical science, so I probably don't know the half of it. Why don't you fill me in? Although I'm always happy to facilitate your learning, human, I simply can't stay here a moment longer. The air is so stale, don't you find? I ignore her sideways glance and upturn. Let's go to the beach and drink some coconut water, and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Newts, I'm not going anywhere until I finish this. Don't be ridiculous. You can tinker about in here any time, but the sun will be gone in an hour or two. I'm not tinkering. This is my job. If I don't get it done, the professor will want to know why. Explain to him you had better things to do. Snooty Bootie, I won't tell you again. If he catches you, Popper will cage you. Be careful with that flower, human. It doesn't do to inhale that fragrance too deeply. I turn to ask why and see her flounce out, knocking the beaker with a swish of her tail as she does. You did that on purpose! But she's gone, leaving me to clear up the broken glass. What a cat thing to do. Let's go talk more to Snooty Bootie. Oh, look at this. You only have one heart remaining. If you choose to continue, it could have negative consequences. You can choose to restore your hearts by choosing to rest. Let's choose again. Let's rest. You have a lovely nap and wake up feeling revitalized. Your energy has been restored. Magic. Alright. Let's go talk to Snooty Bootie. Look how happy she looks when we choose her. Yeah. I'm splayed out like a starfish on the beach in my bathing clothes. It's a swelteringly hot day, and I find it hard to concentrate on my work, so here I am. I let the cool sea wash over my feet and legs as I lay back on the sand. I hear a long, loud sigh coming from somewhere nearby, and I sit up to see where it came from. Snooty Bootie, in response, in repose under the shade of a palm tree, is looking about with her concerned expression, one that I've never really seen a cat make before. I go over to her to see if I can help with something. Are you okay, Snooty Bootie? She lets out another long, wistful sigh. To be quite frank with you, human, no, I'm not okay. I cannot expose this delicate skin of mine to the sun, but there is something I need to retrieve from further down the beach. It's quite the predicament. Oh, neat. Want me to fetch it for you? Would you really be so kind, human? I would be very grateful. Sure, it's no problem. We can't have you putting that delicate skin of yours at risk, can we? Snooty Bootie looks grave. Indeed not. Skincare must come above all else, don't you know? One must never expose one's skin to the elements, human. It's really quite aging. One must also never get stressed if one wishes to retain one's youthful aura, which is rather difficult on this frightful island. Oh, I know, believe me. How do you know? Are you stressed? Oh no, that would upset me terribly. Really? That's sweet of you. course, you really are a precious thing. I do so hope you're finding your time here pleasant. Don't worry about me, Snooty Bootie. I'm fine. Now, what was it you'd like me to go get for you? Well, before I tell you, I must ask that you don't inform the others of the whereabouts of this particular item. It is very dear to me, you see, and one of the few luxuries I have all to myself. Of course, that's no problem. I can be discreet when I need to be. I do hope so, human. You see, along the beach just south of here, there's a tree which bears the ripest of coconuts all year round. It's quite splendid. Coconuts are always so sweet and creamy. Snooty Bootie looks as if she's lost in a wonderful dream. Sounds lovely. It is. I like to drink coconut water as often as I can, as it is so good for the skin and waistline. But the less civilized residents of the island keep knocking the coconuts down before they're fully matured. Fortunately, no one seems to have discovered this particular tree yet. Well, okay, Snooty Bootie, I'll try to find some coconuts for you. I'll be back soon. You have my thanks, human. I've been walking for a lot longer than Snooty Bootie led me to believe. I'm not sure if this is even the right tree. They all look the same to me, although this one does seem to have more coconuts than other ones. I decided to take a chance and bundle up as many as I can carry in my arms and haul them back to her ladyship. By the time I get back to Snooty Bootie, I'm faint from the exertion, not to mention walking so far in the sun. I fall to my knees, panting in front of her. Here you go, Boots. She eyes the pile with a distinct air of disapproval. I only needed one coconut, human. Oh. These are far too many. Well, I do apologize, madame. Tell me you didn't plunder the tree. No, there were plenty in the ground already, so... Oh, well, that's a small mistake. At least you didn't hack them down. Hack them down? Hack them down with what? My hands are rather large and leathery. Snooty Bootie, I do not use my hands for deforestation. Well, I'm sure you did your very best, although I don't know what I'm going to do with so many coconuts. You're welcome, I'm sure. I look down at the pile of coconuts, and it strikes me for the first time how strange it is that there are no creatures on the island to plunder them. What do you think it is, Snoots, that keeps the wildlife away from the island? Do you mean the magnetic barrier? Magnetic barrier? Oh, do keep up, human. I thought you were meant to be a scientist. I realized she must be returning to the force field that surrounds the island. Now be a dear and crack one open for me. With my enormous hands? Well, you could try. I push down the irritation that is slowly rising in me and smile politely. On second thought, I'll be right back with a screwdriver. A what? Snooty Bootie looks horrified. It's a sharp metal tool that bores into things. What on earth do you need one of those for? So I can make a hole to get the water out of the coconut. How else would you propose to do it? Well, look around you, dear. Look at nature's bounties. What about that? Snooty gestures with a limp paw at a shard of rock nearby. Dudes, how do you usually get the water out of the coconut when there isn't a human around? Well, the exuberant kibble simply loves to break things. Have you not noticed? One of the few reasons I tolerate him, don't you know? All better than one of your squirrel dribbers, don't you think? I reach over and pick up the rock. It does look like it'd actually do the job. Okay, let's give it a try. Here goes. Holding the coconut in a palm leaf, I gently tap the shell a few times with a stone before finally whacking it. It cracks open surprisingly easy, and the water drains into the leaf. Now, see how nature provides, human. Yep, again, you're welcome. Right. Snooty Bootie stretches her neck and then upper body towards the leaf. She sticks her tongue out as far as it can go before raising her big eyes to me. I can't quite seem to... I suddenly realize what she's getting at. Maybe you should get up. No way, this is too much. This princess is far too spoiled. I think it's high time she learned to do things for herself. Is there something the matter, Snoops?
Well, you've placed my libation slightly out of my reach. Oh, Snooty Bootie. She is... snoots. Oh, dear, and you're so thirsty. Yes, that clearly is the point. So, what are you going to do about that, then? I beg your pardon. Well, it seems you are here, and your drink is all the way over there. However, are you going to quench your thirst? Are you speaking in riddles? Not really, more like parables. For instance, if the mountain won't come to Muhammad, maybe Muhammad should get off her little pink booty and go to the mountain herself. Snooty Booty looks at me bemused. I'm sorry, who is Muhammad? In this situation, you are Muhammad. Snooty Booty gives me an exasperated look. I have no time for your nonsense. I'm going to die of dehydration at this rate, human. She scoots awkwardly on her stomach until she's within reach of the palm leaf and delicately laps at it. That looks delicious. Snooty agrees without taking a break. You know, searching for those coconuts was thirsty work. I'm sure it was. She's still lapping at the water. My throat's a bit scratchy, especially in this heat. Snooty Booty finally comes up for air. Quite. That's the beauty of the coconut, you see. So hydrating and most palatable too. You really ought to try it sometime. I look down at the now dry palm leaf. Yes, that's a good idea, Boots. The very best thing after drinking coconut water is to curl up and have a nap, you know. Beauty sleep is most important. Oh, is that so? Indeed, human. I suppose you will have other things to do now. Well, anybody yawns and closes her eyes. I suppose I do. Sweet dream, princess. She snores softly in reply. Oh, Snooty Booty. Alright. I gotta take a quick moment. Quick break. Get another drink. And I will be right back. So just hang tight. And we will continue more Purrfect Date in just a second.
a recon. This is weird. That strange message that we got in the middle of the night. Figure out where that came from. I hear my catalog beeping. I presume it's the professor. I tumble out of bed half asleep and fumble around looking for the device. I look at the screen, my eyes struggling to focus. The message isn't from the professor at all. There's no contact information. I'm outside. This. Come outside. They obviously aren't going to respond to my question. Should I do as the message tells me? Yes. My curiosity is roused. I have a feeling there's something important to learn from this stranger, so I throw on my clothes and crawl out of my tent. Don't see anything out of the ordinary. Hi, Shadowski, how are you doing? Anyone out here? The catalog beeps again. Walk to the edge of the forest. I'm not going any further until you tell me who you are. Walk to the edge of the forest. No! Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the... This is a horror movie right now! Stop it! By now, I realize I've walked to the edge of the forest. At the edge of the forest, I see something on the ground. We are hash-slinging slasher. The hash-slinging, the slash-slinging, the hash... We are, yes. Twitch.tv/humble. At the edge of the forest, I see something on the ground. As I get closer, it becomes clear that it's a small posy of flowers. I gingerly pick them up and notice that several of the flower heads are missing. Catalog beeps again. Follow the petals. That's when I see the trail of little orange petals, the same color as the bouquet I'm holding. Well, I've come this far. No turning back now. I begin to walk. Nervous, so I call out, "Hello?" No answer. Louder this time. Hello? 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 Who is that? Who goes there? Major? That you, Floofy Butt? Really wish you wouldn't call me that, human. What on earth do you think you're playing at? Cavorting around the forest in the dead of night, causing a ruckus. Oh, Major, you don't know how pleased I am to see you. I need your help. This can't wait until a civilized hour. I'm afraid it can't. I am not the one instigating this. I've been getting messages from an anonymous source asking me to follow into the forest. Look, they've left this trail. A calendula... What? Ah, calendula maritima, miracle, herb of the sun. They're said to represent creativity, though some believe them to be a symbol of cruelty and grief. The knowledge is always so impressive, but I have to say on this occasion, it's not very comforting. Yeah, I love SpongeBob. The hash slinging, the slash slinging. The hash slinging slasher. Playing with a wreath blower. My favorite one. Floofy Butt goes striding off with purpose. Come along, then, are we going to follow this trail or not? I shuffle awkwardly behind him. Before the sun comes up, eh? We continue on for a short while and notice that the petals are getting more sparse, becoming more difficult to see them until we have eventually seemed to run out and we find ourselves at a small clearing. Well, it appears somebody has been playing a joke on you, Whitney. I sadly agree. This has been nothing but a wild goose chase. I'm so, Major. Sorry for dragging you into this. Let's go back to our beds before we waste any more precious snooze time on this fool. I turn to Floofy Butt and notice that his back is arched and his fur is puffed up, making him look even more floofy than usual. Wrong, Major? You tell me, human. Does that pile of rocks look suspicious to you? Amongst myriad rock piles, I notice a small, contrived-looking cairn. Floofybutt's right. It looks far from natural. That looks to me like it's asking to be inspected, Major. Get to it with me. You're the one with thumbs. Oh, singing slasher. I don't think my boyfriend would approve. But we both watch SpongeBob. Hit the PC. I begin to dismantle the small mound, rock by rock. It's not until the fountain stone is removed that we find a manila envelope. Major, look, it's a letter. Looks rather large for a letter, my dear. I think you ought to open it. Here or back at base? Having gotten you this far, I think it's only fair that I have equal share of the spoils. Spoils? Yes, perhaps we should look right now, Major. As I'm speaking, I've torn the envelope. Well, out with it. It looks like drawings? Sort of drawings. Not sure, but they look quite old. Antique even. Do they have value, human? Probably to someone. They appear to be sketches of people here on the island, but I don't recognize anyone. Why would someone lead me to these? How do you know you were meant to find them? Because we followed a trail and it led us here. Actually, the trail ended a while back. This could be a mere coincidence. I hardly see the intrigue in a few old scribbles. They show no artistic flair at all. Even so, I'm gonna hang on to these to see if they prove relevant to the whatever mystery is unfolding here on the island. I want to see the drawings. Floofybutt rolls his eyes. You really ought to focus more on the clues that matter instead of running around in the middle of the night on wild goose chases. Let's head back before anyone discovers you're missing. I roll the drawings up and tuck them into my waistband. I will study them when I have more time. I think Floofybutt is probably right. I don't want to miss a trick. But I don't want to miss a trick. Get some rest now, Whip. Finally, a sensible suggestion. I head after Floofybutt, struggling to keep up. I really need some sleep. Me too. I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy. I want to nap. I got another drink. How much time do we have left? 30 more minutes? I definitely need another drink. Hold on. Why are we not playing Lady Killer in a Bind? I believe that game is not streamable for Twitch. There's a lot of awesome games in the Humble Hot Date bundle, but unfortunately quite a few of them are not appropriate to stream on Twitch, and so unfortunately why we did not stream them. I'm gonna run and get this drink that I said I was gonna get real quick. Alright, what should we do next? Yeah, but we stream to multiple places. So, I want to make sure that I don't get banned. Let's go. What more research through time? Bacchus in the house. What up? Bacchus in the house. Oh, I still need to check out something for you. I'll try to remember that today. Oh. No, I have more to do. That's right. If you do all your research, then your time has arrived. Okay, so recon is done. Let's go talk to the other kitty cats. I think it should just be McMurphy. McMurphy has a broken heart? Is it because I didn't hang out with him? Sorry, McMurphy. I want to hang out with Snooty Bootie again? Ugh. Snooty Bootie. Snoots. I've been searching for that Sphinx for what feels like ages. For a cat that never seems to move, she's surprisingly difficult to find. I am answered eventually by an unintelligible murmur coming from the shade of a nearby tree. Of course, she's sleeping. Snooty Bootie. I poke at her gently to try to rouse her. I have something for you. A gift, as it happens. Oh, human, it's you. Whatever are you doing up and about at this time? It's midday, Boots. Snoot stares at me uncomprehendingly. I have an hour for lunch and I came to spend it with you, but if it's not a convenient time, I can always find something else to do. I'm a heartbreaker. So sad. My cat is sleeping too, she's lazy. Hi, Brawny, how are you? Sleepy kitties are the best, though. They're so sleepy and warm and fuzzy. Wait. You mentioned a gift. Snooty Bootie might be my favorite accent to do, though. Thank you for the follow. Well, yes, I suppose. I had the idea when we were drinking. Well, when you were drinking from the coconut I fetched for you the other day. I took some of the remaining coconuts over to the lab and cooked up some coconut oil. Oh my god, that actually is so great for a Sphinx cat. We are, Ronnie. Snooty Bootie opens her mouth wide. I sit awkwardly staring at her, unsure what she's exactly doing. Well, I'm ready to break my fast, human. It's hard sometimes to know whether to laugh or spit with this spoiled feline. No, Boots, this isn't for eating. You mentioned how drinking coconut water is for you, so I thought you might like some coconut oil to rub into your skin. Keep you moisturized and youthful? Aren't you terribly clever? I can't help but blush. Snooty Bootie rarely compliments anyone, so I feel honored. We changed this weekend. Daylight savings time is definitely a weird concept. But I do like that when I leave work now, it's not dark. That's nice. Unless I work really late, but I do like that. You may begin. Snooty Bootie lolls on her back, exposing her plump pink tummy to me. Oh, you want me to rub it in for you? Snooty Bootie simply smiles in response. Well, a please wouldn't go amiss. Yes, well, I didn't want to make a fuss, but I would prefer it if you asked. I sigh. There's not much point in arguing with Princess Snooty Bootie. I don't think she actually means to be rude. Sometimes she just doesn't seem to understand how to talk to people as equals. I don't have the energy to deal with it today, but I make a note that at some point she and I are going to have a little chat about etiquette. Please, may I rub this coconut oil into your skin? Yes, you may. I pour some of the pungent liquid into my hand and rub it together with the other. I have no idea what I'm doing as I've never massaged anyone before, but I work along the lines of putting sun cream on a friend. As I touch, this is, I hate this. Guys. As I touch the warm, loose skin on Snooty's primordial pouch, I'm struck by how delicate she really is, and I try to be as gentle as possible. I hate it! No, Zipfox, that's the actual name of Snooty Bootie. Things are getting a little hot in Purrfect Date. Is that okay? You're very skillful. I hate it! You're very skillful with your hands, human. Okay. Perfect writing right there. I do so wish I had those thumb things. They seem so useful. They're quite handy, to be honest, but paws are cool too. Snooty Bootie lazily inspects one of her paws. Do my paws next, will you? Snooty skin. Snooty's skin is reacting well to the treatment and has become shiny and pliant. I see the good it's doing. I move on to massage her paws, but I am quite taken aback by the length of her claws. Oh my boots, your claws are really quite long. Don't you use a scratch post or anything? What? You know, something abrasive to file them on. Whatever for? Well, it's part of being a cat, really. It stops them catching on things. Snooty Bootie is peering at me with one judgmental eye open. Yes, we have done 2 dating game streams in a very short period of time. I think Dream Daddy was Dream Daddy last week? For the King was last week. So in 3 weeks we've done 2 dating sims, and I feel like there'll be a big chunk of time where I'm not doing that. Can confirm next week is not a dating sim. Cotton. What? Exactly. I don't know. Snoots? Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. Oh no, do go on. I'm intrigued. You seem to be implying that there is a degree of neglect in my grooming. No, I most certainly am not. You are by far the most highly groomed cat I've ever seen. In fact, you are the perfect example of a sphinx. I'm a what? Sphinx? She's trying to get me to say perfect again. Hard to keep my face straight. Absolutely perfect, Snoots. And you're an expert. Well, I wouldn't call myself that, but I've been reading up on Sphinx cats, and you have the characteristics of a pedigree. It's very sweet of you to say so. Remind me, what would those be? I hesitate for a moment, trying to remember what pause for thought listed at the top features to look for in a Sphinx. There's a rather lot of info, and I want to give her the best bits. Let's be accurate. I'm not flattering this Sphinx. Well, let's see. Sphinx cats are well known for their strong, muscular physiques. Snooty Bootie stares silently. She's obviously engrossed, so I continue. Which is counterbalanced by their little pot bellies. She shifts a little, stretching out her torso. And you're in the opinion that I fit this description. Perfectly. I noticed how cute your pot was when I was massaging oil into it. The texture, too. Aww. Fun, though. Little pot belly. I recite the sentence word for word. Although saggy in appearance, the texture of a Sphinx is surprisingly firm and rubbery to the touch, not unlike a hot water bottle. I actually think Sphinx cats are really, really cute. I've gotten to pet one, and they're so weird because you're just like petting skin. She blinks slowly. I imagine this is so interesting for her. Also, because they don't have fur to soak up excessive oils, they have a tendency to be greasy and need to periodically be patted down with a cloth. The manual also goes into great detail about the very unique personality of the Sphinx. And I'm sure you remember every word of that, too. Absolutely! They're incredibly antisocial with other domesticated animals, yet extremely affectionate, even needy with humans, demanding attention all the time. Oh, they're not gross. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, I know, the affectionate part is a bit wide of the mark, but otherwise it's spot on. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. It says they grow patches of downy fur in the colder months. Is that true? You may stop now. Okay. Her mood seems to have worsened. You okay, Snoots? Actually, I'm rather concerned for my overgrown claws. Huh? Well, there's little I can do about it being a pot-bellied hot water bottle, but I can at least keep my claws neat. I've obviously hurt her feelings. Maybe the descriptions weren't that flattering now that I think about it. Maybe I can help with that. Go on. How about I give you a manicure? It can't hurt, I suppose. Tomorrow, then. I'll be here in my lunch break. You know, Snoots, you are the most beautiful aristocratic cat on this island. Well, that competition is hardly one would call worthy. Oh, I don't know. The elders can be quite fetching in the right light. In spite of all her efforts to hide it, I catch a glimmer of a smile before she curls up to... I got to rub coconut oil on a cat today. Alright, we need to go rest. I feel bad that McMurphy is heartbroken. I didn't know that would happen. I feel like maybe I need to like pay attention to romance first. Maybe he'll be available now. No! He's gonna be heartbroken forever? I don't think there's any more recon, so I just have to go back and give Newt's, gotta go back. I'm so sad. Hey Snoots, fancy seeing you here. Really? This is my spot, human. I'm often to be found here. I'll let it go, because I'm excited about what I've brought. Pick a hand. I hold my fist out in front of Snooty Bootie. Oh, okay. How many? She stretches out her paw in the direction of my left hand. Ta-da! I open it to reveal a piece of coarse stone that I cut up in the lab. What a lovely rock you got there. It's coarse stone. I thought it could work well as a nail file. Everything you are. That's not even the best bit. Look. I open the other fist to reveal my fantastic find. Oh my, what is that thing? It's nail polish. I found it in the lab. I have no idea who it could belong to, and honestly, I don't think too much about it, but I figured I could borrow it for one short hour without anybody missing it. And it looks just like your color. I squinted at the bottom of the bottle. It's called Desire. I raise my eyebrows at the Sphinx. Oh, nail polish, you say? Show me, human. She suddenly seems more interested. I thought I could try giving you a salon-style manicure, but if befitting a lady. Oh, sweet of you. Now, shall we start the snacks and drinks first? Oh, well, I came straight from work, so I don't really... Oh. Never mind, it won't take you more than a moment to fetch a coconut, and then we shall begin. I can't believe I'm actually doing her bidding. You have to hand it to her. The air of entitlement certainly gets her what she wants. I'm back quickly and out of breath. Within minutes, we settle into our session. Tell me if this feels at all uncomfortable, Snoop. I've never done this before, so guidance would be most helpful. It's surprisingly satisfying. I can see why other cats must engage in the process of scratching at trees and rocks. I've always thought they were hunting for termites, like little scavengers. Next foot. I've finished her hind legs and I'm onto the final front paw. This stone works really well. Did I tell you how I cut it in the lab? I don't believe you did. So, how does this nail polish work? Is it like paint? I ignore her rudeness. Exactly. Paint it on and wait for it to dry. I've never painted someone's nails before, so this will be a new experience for both of us. I open the bottle and make the first stroke. Try to keep as still as possible. I think you'll find I am statuesque in my stillness. Your hand is less so. I know. Sorry, your nails are just so tiny. I'm trying to color within the lines. Never mind, it's a human thing, I guess. I'm not sure I care for the smell of this nail polish. Really, I quite like it. It reminds me of pear drops. What? Oh, sorry, another human thing. What is a pear drop? Wow, look though, your paws look fantastic. Don't paint your cat's fingernails, guys. That's just ridiculous. The long, sleek talons are glittering shiny red in the sunlight. Oh my, I am spectacular. She extends her claws momentarily and presses them into my arm. Not enough to puncture the skin, but if I tried to move it would hurt. For the first time, I appreciate what lethal weapons they could be. I must keep that in mind. So, come on then. I take out my catalog. Come on, what? Pose for the camera. Oh goodness, I haven't realized this is going to be a photographic session also. How exciting. Oh, yes, I'm going to have to remove that varnish before I go. So I thought it would be nice for you to have a photo. Why would you paint the nails and then just remove it? Remove it? The Sphinx cat looks appalled. What have a fall? Oh, Snooze, I'm sorry, didn't I say? I can't leave it on you permanently. It would impede the natural retraction of your claws. Then I shall leave them extended. I can't do that. Her expression darkens. I beg your pardon. For a moment I heard you tell me what I can't do. Clearly I was mistaken. No, we're removing the varnish. Snoots, you heard me perfectly well. That nail varnish must come off. That simply does not make sense. It makes sense if you know how much damage it could do over a period of time. Why do it in the first place? For entertainment? I just thought it would be a fun thing for us to share. You had fun, didn't you? This cat is a brat. I suppose I did, but I wouldn't have had I known you were simply doing it to taunt me. She seems genuinely upset. Perhaps I didn't read the situation very well. I thought she'd love it. The trouble is I didn't take into account how she'd feel having it taken away. I feel a bit daft. Nevertheless, letting her keep that nail polish on would wreak havoc on her natural defense abilities, not to mention the harmful chemicals formaldehyde, dibutyl phthalate, and toluene in particular. I'm sorry, Boots. I really didn't mean to taunt you. Why don't you get a 5-3 nail polish? My intentions were good. I just didn't think it went through properly. I accept your apology, but you pardon to leave. Whoa, hang in there a minute. Snooty has begun to make a getaway. The fact remains, I'm afraid I can't let you keep that nail polish on. It's bad for you. Oh, it looks so fabulous. Well, that's why I thought a photograph. She remains silent, which I take a sign of her conceding. So I set about preparing a cotton pad with water and rubbing alcohol. As I go to take her paw, she swipes at me with her extended claws. Boots, come on now, don't make this difficult. You're the one making this difficult, human. She wiggles herself into a pounce position. Snooty Bootie, is it really worth falling out over? It's just a bit of nail polish. You understand nothing, human. History is full of unspeakable things that we will do in our pursuit of youth and beauty. The unimaginable cruelty to ourselves and others, and proof is how important it is. Bye, Zen. Have a good day. Or how incredibly superficial and vain some people can be. Are you calling me a narcissist? She looks genuinely soft. I've hit a nerve where I didn't expect one to be. I'm not calling you names at all, Snooty Bootie. I just need to do what's best for your welfare. I couldn't sleep if I didn't do the right thing. She seems calmer. Well, we can't have you losing your beauty sleep now, can we? Heaven knows you could use some. She goes on a limp-wristed paw and looks the opposite direction. I remove the colors from her, each of her claws in silence. She is uncharacteristically placid. There you go, all done. It was quick and easy, but it felt long and uncomfortable. Play something good like Fortnite. Alright, Alexander. Well, I shall see you at supper time, I suppose. As she sashays away, tail in the air, I can't help thinking I've hurt our friendship as much as her pride. Yeah, and Mick Murphy hates me too. I can't even talk to him. I'm so sad. Mick Murphy! Alright, well, I'm done with Snooty Bootie. I'm gonna finish up research. We're going on a field trip with the professor. Probably the last thing we'll do. Professor Popper told me to be ready, early, and dressed for hiking, as we're going to be doing field work this morning. I'm not sure that I have anything that would pass for hiking gear, to be honest. Some sturdy shoes would be good. Oh, well, lab coat and trainers then as usual. What's a fork knife? What does a fork knife do? Are there any fork knife shoes? A message from the professor lights up my catalog. Set to go? I'm waiting outside my tent. Oh my god, I forgot his accent. Ah, Libby. Are you ready for our field work today? Yes, of course, Professor. May I ask where we're going? Somewhere I think you'll find very interesting. The professor hands me a backpack. Here, take this bag. It's very full, but surprisingly light. Popper set off at a brisk pace, calling me to me over his shoulder. This way. I run to catch him up. After some serious walking, with me struggling to keep up, the professor stops abruptly and listens. You hear that? There is a distinct sound, distant sound of bubbling water. We're almost there. Secretly, I'm relieved, as I don't think I could go much further. Just a little climbing. Climbing? I hide my dismay. Where does he get his energy from? Whiskey. It's just at the top there. It's not as difficult to climb as it looks. We are in front of an almost vertical rock face. Just copy me. He clambers up expertly. I manage to find a spot that will support my foot and start the climb. I make a little progress before slipping and falling flat on my bum. I try again. This time I take it slow. Again, I fall. What happened to the benefits of catification the others keep going on about? The professor notices I'm having trouble and holds out a hand for me. I manage to climb up just enough to take a hold of him, and he lifts me the rest of the way. His strength is impressive. Curious, even. I'm not a fan of climbing, eh? Can't say I've done much of it, Professor. Come along then, I can get you there. He pretty much pulls me all the way to the top, then leads me to the entrance of a small cave. The sound of running water is very loud now. I instantly see why. A natural spring has cut its way through the rock and created a beautiful cascade of sparkling clear water. It looks delicious. I kneel down without thinking and begin to drink. It tastes amazing. As I come up for the breath, I see the professor looking down at me with suspicion. You should know better. It's never wise, under any circumstances, to ingest something that is unproven. But here on this island, it would be prudent to exercise more caution than usual. I feel embarrassed at my lack of consideration. Yes, of course, sir. I wasn't thinking. I felt so thirsty and it looked so good. I do understand. Many have made the same error. Fortunately for you all, this is tried and tested for safe consumption. It's good, don't you think? My body suddenly feels regenerated. I feel like I could climb any wall. It's incredible. I feel fantastic. What's in it? You don't know. That's why we're here. We need more samples. We've been studying this water for months now, and we still know very little about it. Check your bag. I open my bag. It's full to the brim with empty plastic bottles. We need to fill all these with water. We're going to need as much as we can carry. I do as you say. By the time her backpack's gonna get really heavy. By the time all the bottles are full and back in my bag, it weighs a ton, but I feel like I can lift anything. The effect of the water is powerful. The professor has also packed his own rucksack with bottles. That should do us for now. Let's get these back. As we make our way down the rock face and back to camp, I have no problem keeping up with the professor. I feel I could run all the way. However, as we get closer to home, I start to feel the effect wear off. My back becomes unbearably heavy. The final limp into camp is torture. I need to rest. I left my packed bag at the end of the jetty and have 10 minutes to find Snooty Bootie to say my goodbyes. Goodbyes? Am I, like, really leaving? I have a pretty good idea where she'll be at this time of day, and I head to the shady spot of sand beneath the palm trees. Are you asleep? She doesn't stir. I wanted to say goodbye. I'm going to miss you. What do you mean goodbye? No response. And I have a small gift for you. A slight stirring. Not much. A little token, really, but I thought I could rub some into your skin for one last time. After that, maybe you can persuade the new assistant to help you with it, once you get to know them. Let's leave it there. I can't be bothered with it right now. The new one will do it later. Already found friends. I know she's fibbing, but I respect the way she wants to play this out. Goodbye then, milady. It's been a real privilege. Am I like done with the game? I missed so much. Yes, I dare say it has. Maybe I'll be back before the winter. I have so much information about the sickness and possible cure for it that I can't see it taking longer than a few months to make a successful antidote, especially with all the expertise on the mainland. It may only take weeks. Heartfelt fibs. Most unbecoming. Unless, of course, you master the art of disassembling the way that I have. Run along or you miss your boat. Don't worry about me. I shall be far too busy to miss you. Not so clever at disassembling as she'd like to think. I didn't realize I was gonna leave. I thought it was just gonna be another night. I feel like there was so much that I didn't get to do. Joe is waiting on the jetty holding my bag. You're late. Only a minute, Joe. Hardly look like the cat that got the cream. And he begins his annoying laughter. Within minutes, we're out to sea. I'm looking back at my beautiful little island disappearing into the distance and my heart stirs. You wish you were staying. I think I do, Joe. Miss it. Cats, of course, mostly the cats. I made some really good friends amongst them. I know, Snooty Bootie! Dad! As soon as he shouts, the engine cuts and the boat comes to a standstill. Bob comes from the front cabin where he's been steering the boat. This one no good, son? No, Dad, this one's no good. This one's got the cat's whiskers. He begins to laugh again and my stomach flips. What's going on? You go to the helm, boy. Give this. Get a hand with it, Dad? No, I can manage. You steer the boat. I'm rigid with fear as I realize they're referring to me. Do we have some kind of problem here, Bob? Not for me. It's not personal, you know. It's just we can't risk it getting to the mainland. It's my job to contain it. Then Bob takes some kind of pistol from his jacket pocket and points it at me. I have an it's complicated relationship with Snooty Bootie. I could have done more dates. So I think that that's the end of the first chapter. Because if we go, yeah, so there's multiple chapters. Wait. No. Oh my god, I have to be a new person. Oh wow, so it starts you over as this new person. I feel like they know about the, like, people becoming cats and they're saying they can't let it get to the mainland, and so I don't know, maybe I'm back on the island and like I don't know. I think you might, depending on what you do, maybe you, I don't know, it could play out differently. There's supposed to be tons of different endings. If I go to like the store page for Purrfect Date, there's 18 different alternative endings, more than 10 hours of gameplay, multiple paths, hidden stories, and side adventures, and 18 different 18 different crazy. Yeah. Well, that ended differently than I thought. But that, guys, is that is Purrfect Date. It is available in the mid-tier. I played this game and got to try to seduce an inexplicably Irish cat. 10 out of 10 would recommend. That was Purrfect Date. You can check out all these amazing games in the Humble Hot Date bundle, and check out all of our other amazing bundles over at humble.com and Humble Monthly and Humble Store. Lots of Humble things. I'm waiting for a pig dating game. Someone needs to make that. Make Campbell a character! He's so squishy. So squishy. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget that you have less than 1 week to grab the April 2019 Humble Monthly Bundle. I didn't fix his glasses yet. No, there's no fixing them. It's just a matter of when my brother visits again, because he lives in Thailand, so it's hard for me to give me. Life is complicated. Life is complicated. Pig dating game. Make it for me, Bacchus. Next week, we will be streaming the new Humble Monthly Early Unlock game. So check that out. We'll be live like just right after 10, right after it drops. 10 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, it's 12. I gotta go do more works. I gotta go do other works. He is not Thai. No, he's a red-haired, green-eyed ginger. He just lives in Thailand. But yeah, thank you guys hanging out with me today. I will see you guys next week, 10 a.m. Pacific time, the Humble Monthly stream, classic stream. Check out our bundles. Don't forget, monthly subscribers get 10% off the Humble store. Subscribe now for Mutant Year Zero, Northgard, and Absolver right away. More games to come next Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Red-haired ginger. Red-eyed ginger, that was the cat. That was Floofy Butt. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.